So my name is Bobby Opondo, and the company that we chose is Apple. Apple is a great company to choose because they do have a lot of resources and a lot of funds when it comes to each of their website. So they have a lot of input and they have a lot of customer service experience. You go back. Right here on this slide, you'll see a few products that Apple does have to offer. They offer the MacBook, the iPad, the iPhone, and then also the TV as well. Go ahead. But they do also sell TV. Apple is a retail tech company that sells a range of products. I just already named off a few. Phone, pad, products. The phone was actually released in June of 2007, I believe. Apple's website also emphasizes a reliable product that deeply cares about its public image. So what they tend to do is they tend to stress is they love how reliable their products are, which is why they're so expensive. Apple has also created an image of innovation that stretches boundaries. So one thing that they tend to do every year is they tend to have a big press conference regarding each of their new products that they're going to announce. And all they do is they keep constantly upgrading each of their different products. They keep basically pushing the limits forward. Go ahead to the next slide. Why we chose them? We chose Apple because it's a relatively huge company. On top of that, they are a trend in electronics. You can basically go to almost any classroom at CCD, and basically somebody in each classroom is probably going to have an Apple product, Apple headphones, maybe an Apple computer, a MacBook, on top of that, an iPhone. They're just successful. Their products are outrageously priced, and they seem to be expanding exponentially. And they're a very recognizable brand as well. So I'm going to go ahead and hand that off to the next person.
Just a word of advice, relatively huge.
No, pretty huge.
It's huge. Okay.
So we split up our pros and cons into 4 main categories to analyze. So then that way we're analyzing the pros and cons equally. We first kind of separated into simplistic design, easy accessibility, navigation, sufficient content info, and easy accessible contact information. So for simplistic design, the whole entire website is very kind of streamlined. It has large images of their products, and it's just very simplistic in terms of there's not a lot of things going on. They have just the one main image that they're promoting. So it's kind of a little less cluttered looking. This is kind of a continuation of that. Even the bar at the bottom, I mean, this is kind of where you find everything, but yet it's, not cluttered. The white background makes everything really pop off the page with the images. And so it just kind of will highlight a couple of main products in their main page. That way it doesn't look too cluttered. And then for navigation, it's really easy to find the website. Well, first off, because it's such a large company, you kind of immediately know what you're looking for. So even if you're typing electronics, music, anything like that, you will find Apple on the page somewhere. So it's easy to find the website and what you're looking for through Google. And then when you're actually on the website, it's really easy to find what you're looking for through the website. They have all their products at the top, which you can navigate there. And then also once you click onto it, if you click on a Mac, it has the different types of Macs that you can purchase. So it's easy to find exactly the product you're looking for, even if you really don't know what it is when you're first getting on the website. You can see lots of easy options. And also the icons help you kind of know what it is before you click on it. So it has the icon of the product along with the name of the product. So it's easy to navigate even before you get to another page.
So sort of some of the content and product info. This is sort of something that we found that was pretty useful on the website. Is you can actually compare models or products that you're looking for. It's not necessarily you have to go to the purchase screen and find that. You can sort of pick your model and go through and find the different submodels or different variations and compare them based on the price, different features that each product offers, and it sort of gives you a little bit of summary of each product. And it's very nice, clean, good white spacing, easy to read. Even though like text is a little bit small, but it's still everything spaced out where you can easily see it and notice where everything's at. And this is more on the content product info. They do have like frequently asked section of questions, so you can just immediately go there if you have questions that would specifically be towards products. Like, do all iPads use the same type of SIM card? It's something as simple as that, so you're not like chasing all over the place, like Googling it and trying to go through different websites to find that. They do have all this kind of stuff on their website, which is kind of nice in my opinion. And then, yeah, when you actually pull up your product that you want to purchase, it is a nice, sleek thing where it shows you a big picture of the product. It shows you can go through, click each different color, choose all your different like storage, if you want Wi-Fi, or if you want the version that actually has a SIM card where you can connect it to your cellular plan. And then it also, when you scroll down a little bit further, it shows you what comes in with the product, as well as like the charger, the different adapters for the wall outlets. And then some of the contact information, it was pretty accessible. That's why we kind of added it into the Pro, because you can sort of go up to the support button at the top. Yeah, so you can see the support right at the top. You can click that, and then this is sort of what will first come up when you go to the support. You can just call them immediately, which is kind of nice because a lot of websites, is like experience with other tech websites, everything's done online, and it's kind of frustrating to, just do live chats. So you can actually contact and talk to Apple support via phone, or they do have the option to chat if that's what you're interested in, if you're not in too much of a rush or something like that. But they do have this where you can schedule local appointments at local Apple stores, which is a nice accessory to the website. And then they also have, it's sort of like a blog on the website as well. You can go to Apple support communities, and this is where a bunch of people that have Apple products can sort of post problems that they've had or issues, or even things that they liked, and you can sort of read through and actually like comment with them and talk about the Apple products and get more info on which products you would possibly be buying, information like that. And I'll be passing it on to Alex.
Alright, so a little bit about the cons of the website. So first off, it's very easy for Apple users to find the advantages of the website itself, or people who are somewhat interested. But what about from a Samsung user or other Android, or maybe just in general, not even a tech-savvy person in and of themselves? We're going to go ahead and view the same kind of information, but on the negative perspective. So we're going to go over the this one, okay. So the simplified, the design, and then we're also going to go over the content info again, navigation and accessibility, and the contact information. So a little bit about design. When you open up the first page, you just see a ton of these pictures. Like actually, I take that back. When you go on the drop-down menu and you click on Mac or iPad or whatever product you're looking at, the first thing that comes up is a bunch of these kinds of pictures. It's just not too helpful in the sense of giving you the specs right away or answering those questions you have. So like, let's say, oh man, what is the iPad about? This is not going to help you as much because it's just giving you a bunch of pictures with hyperlinks that will then kind of get you lost within the website. Next slide, please. And then also, if we look in the top hand corner right here, we have the overview, design, performance, iOS, which is your operating system, and text, the text specifications. That is a very small print, and it's not. So in replace, they have the pictures instead of these coming up first, and it's just kind of not helpful for those who, are trying to look on the page and trying to get quick results. It's just kind of hidden in this top corner right here. then when you go over to support, so I click on support, and this is the first thing that comes up. It's a search support. So the first thing they want you to do is search your question, do it yourself. You know, some people may just want to contact somebody right away, but you have to kind of go through the ringer, which I'm going to explain in just a bit, just to get to the phone number or a live chat per se. So scrolling down, I mean, we have the repairs and services, and then also all of this. This is all on the page right when you click on support, underneath where it says search. And that is, again, I'm trying to look for that phone number. I'm trying to look for that quickest way to get it in touch with somebody. Like, let's say if I have a serious issue with the computer or something that needs to be resolved right away, it's not the best way to actually try to find the phone number. And next slide. So, and then here's another slide explaining the Apple Support communities and the contact information itself. So I go ahead and click support there, and then it'll bring me over to contacting them on Twitter, or they also offer these workshops. And first off, once I click on support, like let's say, alright, so I go ahead and scroll all the way to the bottom, and it gives you an option here to choose what specific question you are inquiring about. So it tells you a Mac, iPad, iPhone, watch, and as such. So let's say I go ahead and click on Mac. Here it's going to bring up desktops, MacBook, Notes, iOS, and all of these things that have to deal with Mac. So that is step one after clicking on Mac itself at the bottom of that first page. Secondly, let's say I click on Mac desktops right here. It's going to bring me straight here. Still haven't gotten to that phone number yet. It gives me options of possible or common problems with Macs, but not exactly what I'm looking for at the moment. So it says power up, internet and hardware issues, passwords, and all of that. So I go ahead and click on startup. Next, it will bring me over to keyboard not working, and it also it breaks it down even more. So like let's say I went over, actually click on the hardware issues, it'll bring me here. Still no phone number.
And so like these are our page counts of how many pages we're actually having to click on just to get to the support. So we're already on page 4 by the time we get to this issue. So it kind of has you do like this giant questionnaire before you can even start finding information on how to get support.
And then finally, last but not least, the 5th page, it already brings us to the contact information where you click get help or set up an appointment to get your Apple products fixed. So next slide, please. So I'm going to hand it off to Shaw here. So it's going to be the top button right there. And go.
So basically, like Apple is a really big company. We all have like a product from them, like a computer, a phone, or like an iPad, like whatever you want to have. There's more pros than cons. Obviously, that's why they're such a big company, and that's why we're like intrigued to buy their like products. And the biggest con that we found there was that the customer service part, as they just talked about, like it takes you like a lot of steps just to get for their phone number or just to like actually solve your own problem. But I mean, besides that, it's very easy to just like see and to like navigate. Also, their like whole marketing part, like whenever you click on a Mac or iPhone, it says like, do you want to buy the case with that? Do you want to add the headphones with that? So like, they're making more money, so it's better for them. And like the pictures that they have, they were like, oh my god, that new red phone is pretty. So you want to buy more and more and more, and you don't notice that until like you're doing your checkout and you have like $2,000 there. Then also they're like very like eye-catching with the pictures, with what they say. Like it's just easy to go through and to look at. So overall, we think it's a good site to like explore and like to see and like buy products pretty much. And that's it.
Alrighty.